Now, I don't know if they still down here. The police is full. I'm hoping that they are non-black, non-black our people, because every time I look around, I be seeing the so-called white men or the police, so-called. They pull our people over. But look, this is what I really want to say about to white people. It doesn't really even make any sense to me for them to be calling themselves trying to arrest or punish nobody for no crime when they in essence uh, are the essence of they are the trend, if I'm saying that right, the trend of all crime and evil and all that type of stuff. So it doesn't make any sense to arrest us or our people. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just fucked up on so many levels. How can you go around here? It's like going around here trying to paint yourself the good person or the good guy or the good people or the innocent people when you yourselves have perpetrated evil on the planet for life. Show stage. Okay. Hold on, wait a minute. Don't how he don't see how to work, to walk, whatever. I don't know. He does see how to works. I don't know what that meant. What is it? I don't know. Whatever that is. But how can you? How can you punish somebody? Send our people. When I say people, I'm gonna say our black, Hispanic, Native American. I'm talking about none so-called white. But everybody trying to throw where all people go through that and all people this and that and the third. Get away from me trying to hijack the truth of God and trying to hijack our identity. That's like you what you really saying is that our identity is hijacked. And they did, which they did hijack everything. How can you come over here, the white man? That's what I want to ask so-called white people if I'm ever talking to them. How in the world is y'all gonna learn what y'all do? Y'all know what y'all ancestors did to get this land, to get all this stuff, this Burger King. Y'all own all this shit. We don't own that shit. Right now, they can if a disturbance called up in there, and I'm there causing disturbance or whatever, they can call a so-called white man there because at the end of the day, they can say I don't own it and turn around and take and get me away from that, and they can say, "Oh, we gonna have you arrested or whatever." That's sad. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna punish people for crimes that your ancestors didn't even get this land right? They didn't even get this land right. Nothing that the white man got that they got it honestly. You name one thing that they done gotten right in an honest way. You can look in history and see with the white man when they got this country, they didn't get it right. They didn't get nothing, none of this stuff that they got right, and they know it. Nothing. They didn't get none of this shit right. I mean, they didn't nothing. Everything they got and they owned, they stole it. That's why when I see brother Bunny Hunter D doing what he's doing with he got this the sister out there named she's a so-called Puerto Rican. She would be from the tribe of Ephraim in the Bible, working with they help doing the devil's work, really. And then brother Bunny Hunter D would try to water it down by saying, well, I don't care what color you is, you commit crime, you do time. I punish people that bad people has nothing, it doesn't have a color on it. Get the fuck up out of here with that stupid ass shit. Because number one, there is nobody, and even biblically, and do if you look through history, who suffered the most? You never look in history and see where it says black people and none of those people are Hispanic people colonized did this current colonized white people. But you sure can go and look in the articles and books and see where it said the French, the Dutch, and the Italians and all these funded the slave trade. You're gonna see all of that. Nigerians enslaved, the Africans enslaved, the Hebrew. You're gonna see stuff like that, but you will never see the other way around. You ain't gonna never see where uh, the nation of Shem, which will be Jacob, enslaved Esau. None of that. You ain't gonna see none of that. You're gonna see blacks, Hispanics. You're gonna see Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and all of them being in slavery. Paul is from the tribe of Benjamin in the New Testament, in the book of Acts and in First Corinthians, because he wrote most of the New Testament anyway. The Apostle Paul, when he said he's an apostle, the epistle is letters. He wrote letters to the different churches. He wrote to the Gentile, not the non-Gentile, but the Israelites who was in a Gentile state of mind. And that's where a lot of people, that's where you get this big controversy, debate that the Gentile, the gospel is for the other nations and all that kind of stuff. When our people were scattered amongst the heathen, and the Bible said, the Lord said he was going to scatter our people amongst the other nations. And Deuteronomy, go and get your homework right and stop coming to me with that BS. God loves everybody. Don't come and put that bullshit in no comments. And I don't know why they got that shit flowing throughout the world. Just making us look ignorant, speaking lies. Because it's written in Malachi as well. It says, God said, I love Jacob and I hated Esau. And then you look in Romans 9:13, said, Jacob I love and Esau have I hated. That means he hated Esau before he was born. When he said, have I hated, meaning that he hated the nation of people before they was born. Because he already knew what they was going to do. God had already destined the character of Esau, how he, and showing his power and example of who his chosen people is and who the people is that they hate. If you look in the Bible, Esau went after Jacob and tried to kill him. Esau, who is that? Esau, that's the biblical name for the so-called white man. So that's why God says, Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated. Esau, he hated before he was born. That's what he means. And thanks to my brothers and my sisters who I got educated on that, because the reason I understand what I understand now is because a lot of it due to me asking questions and doing the research myself. I hear people out, but at the end of the day, you got to ask questions. That's what I did. And I'm still learning. So don't be coming up here with that, trying to finesse me with all of that. Well, I don't care what color. You get the hell up out of here, because this is where you have to go back, Bunny Hunter D. This is what I want to ask you specifically, brother Bunny Hunter D. Who colonized this country from the beginning? When you look at the people who colonized this country, who started first? Who was fucking with the who and who was not fucking with who? The black people, Hispanic people, was not fucking with the European. They was not. They was minding their own business, and then they was just wanting to be nice to the other people that came in and tried to colonize them. But here's they broke all of the treaties, all 500 and some treaties that they made with the indigenous people. They broke every last one of them and tricked them and lied to them. And they started killing off the Native Americans. That's why you got Thanksgiving. That's what I like to say. I like to say Thanksgiving, not no damn Thanksgiving. There's no such thing as no Thanksgiving. Thanks what? No. And guess what? Slavery still exists in 2025. I saw a video out there. I ain't finished looking at it, but I'm gonna go back and look at it. A lot of people say they don't believe that slavery is still here in 2025. Yes, it is. It's in a different way, in a different form. But it had our people, even to this day, as I speak, is being lynched by the so-called white. Every 26 hours, our people getting murdered by the so-called white man or being hung from trees. They say they still do that in certain parts of the country. So I'm so glad, man. I'm not part of that white. Oh man, it feels so good to be free from that and not be stupid and ignorant. I'm glad the Most High God made me the way that He made me and made me aware. Because to be conscious means you're aware, man. We believe in white supremacy and all that kind of stuff. No, we are trained to hate each other. Yep. We're trained to hate each other. Yeah. You gotta, yeah, man. We gotta look out for our people too, man, more than what we do. I'm not telling you nothing that I'm not doing. So I'm gonna get up out of here, and we're gonna come back. How you? Okay, hold on. How can you work for the same people that slaughters you? That's the name of the video. How can you work for the same people that slaughters you? That's the title of the video, and I hope every so-called black person, mainly them, that's on the so-called white man's police department, I hope they run across this video, and I hope this video they get it. That this video go viral all over the world, and they get this video, and so they can see what clown they being made out, how they being made out, how they being they how, what kind of how they being their minds are being made out of a stupid clown, because they clowning y'all. And I hope y'all be ashamed of yourself when y'all see this video and go to asking questions. Wake up out of that. That's why the Bible said the whole head is sick. Ezekiel, it's in Ezekiel. My bad. I'm gonna have to go back and look for that scripture. And when I find it, I'm gonna put it in the comment section. It talks about the whole head is sick and the knees are weak or something like that. Your knees is weak as water. That means, and it talks about the whole body is sick. That means we're weak. We're weak, like we watered down. That's what it's talking about. We're watered down with the because we adopted Israel. You have to understand why they went into captivity, because and why they were called Gentiles. They were called Gentiles because they was adopting the practices of the other nations. So we're gonna come back and talk about that on another topic. I'll be back.